work on unmolding the D&D dice and working on some cabochons that I have over here that I've been working on. So give me just 1 second here as I get this camera adjusted. Yeah. Trying to get it to turn around for me the way it should. Hold on. So, all right, there we go. Now we got this going. We just got to flip that around. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Welcome in, everybody. So we're getting ready to unmold these resin D&D dice here. Pull this back here. Right there. And we're going to see what the beauty is behind them and how well they did. Give me 1 second. Now, how do I do this? Give me 1 second here. I apologize. Yeah, ouch. That's the cabs I've been working on. And we're going to what? Do some of those tonight. All righty. All righty. Thank you so much for your patience, everyone. Welcome in. I'm a jewelry and a canvas artist. And say, what is going on with my light right there? Anyway, this is the lighting I use for doing my resin cabs in. And we're getting ready to pull these out. I also did this one last night with the green, which is exactly the same as the D&D dice. So what I'm going to do, welcome in everybody. I'm Lydia. I'm a mixed media artist and a canvas artist. And we've just been working on some resin stuff and with powders and all kinds of cool stuff lately. And so I'm going to unmold this first one here since it's the same color as the D&D dice. This is a 2-in-1 resin, which is this type of resin if you don't know. Part A and Part B. One is a hardener and one is the casting, which is really cool. But they take 8 to 12 hours to set up. So it does take a little time when you do it. So you have to do it and then come back the next night and do another part. So this is actually Part 3 and Part 4 of the resin series. So I'm popping this out. It's pretty easy to do. As you can see, just pull that up right like that out of this nice mold. And I think it turned out really rather nice. They almost have like, because it's alcohol ink that I use, Tim Holtz alcohol ink, it almost has a clear to it. And I'll move the light up here a little bit more and see if that helps some. Let me try this again. Oh, that's it. My lighting was on, so let's try it again. There we go. All right. So I think that turned out really well and is actually really pretty. You sort of can almost see through it. Let me get my light here that I use for some of my other stuff, the black light. Hopefully everybody can see all right. Welcome in, everybody. I have to look. Hang on. I have to slide this up to say hi to everybody because I can't see it. Sorry about that. Glad to see you here. All right. Hey, Minnow. Thank you for showing up, man. We're going to see how those D&D dice turned out before it's all over with. I'll pull this back just a little bit. Here is, these are the other pieces I had here I was working on. And you know you're working on resin when stuff sticks on the board. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's stuck on there. Come on now. There we go. All right. And this is the one I did last night when I did the dice. See how you can actually see through it? That's how that stuff's supposed to work when you use these type of inks that I use, like Tim Holtz alcohol ink. This one's called Stream. And you can get those on Amazon and I don't know, probably Temu too. So I'm holding this up to here so you can see through this. This actually is really pretty. It sort of does like a transparent, the color does, because they are alcohol inks. I think it looks pretty cool. All right, so the magic begins. Us checking out the D&D dice. Oh, and by the way, guys, Sunday night at 8 o'clock, I put up, I think I sent it to everyone. I may not have. But if you have your all bell settings set, you'll know when I post new videos or shorts. And I sent everyone the one, I hope I sent everyone, I don't know, is about doing a polymer clay sculpture for a fairy house, mushroom fairy house. It's going to be really pretty. I'm going to be starting that Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So anybody that's really into that kind of stuff should actually really come and check me out Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Trying to see what somebody's saying here. I can't read all your stuff. Usually I have to take a break to do that. So make a flat wire wrap and fill the sections with resin. Huh? Okay. So let's see how this goes. We're going to check this out right now. This is the actual mold. Feels like they're all hard. Now my question is did the numbers come out on the top? That is the question. Okay. I'm looking. Which one is that? Does that one have a number? Okay, now I'm going to put the light down on these. What did I do with my light just now? Okay. All right. So I don't really see, there's one number's there is 2. So let's go from the 2 on here. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3. So there's a 1, 2, 3, supposedly. Maybe it's just on the thing. I'm not sure. So we're going to see how it does. We're going to pull it apart and see what happens. Looks like I had a bunch of overflow here, folks, because, see, because of pushing that top down on here. So I'm actually trying to pull this up without doing damage. Yep, there we go. Okay. This one has a lip of plastic too, resin here. And I'm going to do another set of these if they're not perfect. So there you go. Once I realize how they should be. Trying to get this to pull off of here. Welcome in, everybody. We're unmolding the D&D dice and praying that they come out with the numbers on them. If they don't, I'm going to manually put the numbers in the tops of them, if that happens. I'm trying to pick all these edges off here. Hey, what's up, Walnut Witch, man? I never expected you in here. Right on, girl. I'm so happy to see you. Peace and love. Welcome, welcome. Well, don't get too excited yet, because this top, like, it was supposed to press down and it wasn't. So it looks like the 2, the 1, 3 half showed up here. I'm not quite sure. I think that might be a 4, but all the numbers are down in the bottom. they're supposed to be. So that's what we're going to find out. So this 1, 2, and 3. Look at that, guys. Looks like I got a bit of a yip here. See there? Look at that. I don't believe that. So I'll have to redo that one. Other than that, the numbers look like they came out great on the other side. So let's see about these other ones. I knew I was going to have some of a what, and this is only a 7 of them, just to let you know, Walnut and everybody. Okay, so they're supposed to be 7, 0, 4, 6, 2, 8. What is that one supposed to be? I got to put this down here like this, see? So I can tell what number is actually missing. It's missing a 1. So this obviously is supposed to be a 1 here on this side. I see the 2, the 3s. Can everybody see those numbers? I'm trying to make it so you can see it. Let me pull this up because I'm having a hard time seeing everybody. Because I don't have an extra camera. Oh, okay. I'll try that one up for sure. That'll be better than having to recast the whole thing. So this came out of here. How did this come out of here? How did it come out of here? Came out this way? Yeah, had to be this way. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. It's not going back in, I can tell you that right now. All right. We're going to try to get this one out without too much damage. Well, these things are tight too. I'm not kidding you. They are really pressed down in there. This looks like, okay, that's a 1. It may be a little itty, but that is definitely a 1 there. So that's a 1, and I just pulled it off because it went off on the side, but that's okay. I know it's a 1. I wonder why I've got these drops in it. It shouldn't have had these drops, y'all. Not at all. Not at all. Let's see which ones did come out. Looks like it came out almost perfect, except there's no number on this one. 3, 4, 2, 8, 6. And that's a 7. Yeah, I'm going to have to renumber them. There we go again. Wow, it's like it got an edge on there. Six, 3, 11, 12, 9, 7, 10, 2, and a 5. I can't tell. Anybody can tell what that number is? Is that a 1? Maybe a 1? Anybody else can tell? Oh, really? I didn't know you had to overfill them. I was afraid to. So are you saying to fill them even if they run over in this top part here? I'm just asking you, Walnut. Oh, okay, that is the ones. Oh, I didn't know they'd be this hard to unmold. Oh my goodness. I mean, other than that, I think they came out really well. It's just for the parts that didn't. 19, 15, 7, 17, 10, 12. Let's see if we can turn these. Sorry, I'm trying to make it so you guys can see too. Oh, okay. I don't feel so bad. Won't that have happened to you too? Oh my gosh. I was praying so they were going to be all right and turn out great. You know, you always think, oh, resin does good. You don't do good, but the resin does. Okay, 4, 6, 2, 3, 5. And let's see if we can even figure out what this number is, because I can't even tell. Anybody else can see that clear enough to know what it is? Looks like it might be an 8. No, that can't be an 8. No, 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 no. That is wild. That's okay. I'm excited to redo them. Because other than that, the coloring's really good where the numbers do show. And I use the green stream resin. See how they're almost clear? Yeah, they'll be gorgeous once I get them right. They really will be gorgeous once they're right. Okay, so that's a learning experience. I wondered how good or bad I was going to do because I knew. I just knew somehow. But you're saying to over pour them, huh? This is only the 7 mold one. I'm glad I didn't do a 9 mold. Other than that, they're not terrible, terrible. They just need those numbers and those sides filled. Because you can tell, like it didn't have enough resin. How did you do the top walnut, though? Because look at this freaking top. It doesn't even fit it right. Like, I had to snip these off to get it to go flat. This is the only one and one little side rubber piece that fit the mold. So that be the unboxing of the D&D dice. Next time, a better time. Yeah, I thought the color was good too. Your keys lined up? See, that's what I don't know. Like, this would go on there, but these bumps in here, like it didn't match. Check this out. Like 1, 2, 3, and then the straight line. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should have matched perfect. So it's got to be matched from here. The straight line I know goes there for a fact. But then these pieces here, see, look. You got to almost push it back for it to fit in. And this pops out when I do that. So those two went in. Maybe this time it'll work right. I'll just have to make sure it's lined up, huh? Exactly. So I had to clip it just to make it fit on there. Walnut Witch is cool. She makes some beautiful wands, by the way, just so you know. Mental. Yeah, they're all right. You just, if you have a problem with potty mouth, you'll have to go somewhere else. I don't know. I was cheap. I bought this off Temu. Maybe I need to go ahead and order one off of Amazon. What do you say? Walnut. I mean, I could try to get them to send me a new one. Tell them that it didn't work, that it's not like it was supposed to be. Then I have to wait 3 or 4 weeks. So I think I might be better off just going up on Amazon and getting one for $13. So I thought my aunt was going to be in here tonight. I sent her the link to come in, but I haven't seen her and she's not used to it. So hey guys, if you're in here, please remember to thumb up the live. It really helps. You need to do it while I'm live. I really appreciate that. Well, other than that, I think they came out really gorgeous. Yeah, I think they came out really gorgeous, other than the dits on the top number and like it didn't for some reason. I thought see, I filled them to the top, but you're saying you need to overfill them. So that's where I made my mistake. I didn't overfill them. But yeah, it's a learning experience, and now I know. Now I know. That's okay. These will just be collector's dice, right? Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I am really embarrassed. My cab came out really well, though. The cabochon I did came out really well with the same coloring and everything. That came out really well. And it's made out of the exact same Tim Holtz green ink. You can see right through it. That's why I wanted the dice done that way, so that you could actually see through the dice. Every one of them has like a glitch in it, though. It's like the Matrix got me, right? The glitch in the Matrix. It's pretty, but it didn't show. The number didn't show. Wow. And I didn't move the resin either. I poured it straight, you know. I didn't bounce or move or anything. And it still did that. Wow. Well, if I put them all on one side, they look okay. Like, nobody will know, except when they go to play with them. Excuse me. So, Walnut, where did you get your molds from? Sand all the sides, yeah. Amazon? Yeah, I should have gotten it from there. That would have been smart. So I'll just go order them from there. The ones I did find, they were either 7 or 9, and they were like $12.99 for a set. Yep. So much for that. rut row. That really makes me sad. I was really hoping and praying they were going to be all right. Well, I don't have the money either, but I don't know. I can try to get Timu to replace it. If I make a bad report, they'll give me a refund, but they won't replace it. Oh, yeah. I don't hardly ever go to Walmart, and I'm out in the sticks. Everything I order, I have to order online. I don't live where there's a close Walmart now. Now it's almost 18 miles one way. Yeah, and I'll order the other dice off of Amazon, and I will try. I will definitely try to pour them again in this, but I'm almost afraid to. Because, see, there's little lips right here. So are you saying that I'm supposed to fill it up in these little lips too? Because they're little gips right there and all around this. I thought it was strictly inside the mold, not here. I've never used one of these molds, so I don't know. Yeah, the problem is this part where the numbers are supposedly. Did yours have a top like that too? Thanks. I appreciate that. I really do. Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I was praying they were going to be okay, but so much for that. So much for that. Hey guys, don't forget to thumb up the live and like it. It really helps with the algorithm, and it really helps me. And I appreciate that. So, fun. And I know that's why Walnut's here, because she wanted to see if my dice were going to come out. Oh my God. And, I got resin on everything. I made these. I thought these were pretty. These, I call them mint swirl walnut and everybody because of the color. I call them mint swirl. They were done with resin and mica powder. This was the same, only with more green. And then the blue ones. And that. This one got a ippy in it, so I thought I'd put a stone in there. And this, of course, is one of my fake turquoise cabs. It must have gotten resin on it because it's sticky looking there and it was already sealed, so I'm going to have to redo it. Other than that, it's pretty fake cab. And then, of course, the real labradorites, which I normally wire wrap. It's just, I'm trying to learn this resin stuff. That's okay. You probably could have caught me and stopped me from don't do that. Fill it up, Lydia. Yeah, but I like it. It's a lot of fun working with the resin. It's a lot of fun working with it. So that was the big encore tonight, was that. It is. And like I said, I've never used a mold like this before, and when it wouldn't go down, I mean, it wouldn't even press down until I clipped off those sides on it. Till I clipped these little rubber things off, it wouldn't even press down because the rubber parts, there's 1, 2 for the round ones right there and 3, right? So this one's supposed to go up here, in here like this. There should be a little rubber nodule right there, but it's in the back. And this one's way over here, and then there's one here. And you have to almost squish it up to get the damn thing to fill, to get in the holes. Sorry about the language. Because like that one doesn't match at all. Check this out. Here's this one, the little nodule, right? And the hole is over here. Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah, it should have been flush, but it didn't. So now I know I'm just going to have to order another mold. That's a shame. But I will be doing it again. And hopefully the next time it'll come out successfully and you'll come and see it. Why not? I hyped this so much because I thought it was going to be perfect. And then I was in fear when I went to put the top on it. Plus, I want to try, believe it or not, if I'm going to get another mold and hopefully it's good, I want to try to mix this. In fact, I'll do it tonight. I will just do some regular cabs here and use this Jacquard luminous paint. We're going to try that in the 2-part resin. So let's see here. I've got to find some little cups. I've used about every cup I had because I did that. Here's one cup. I have some other little shot glasses that are red, but I don't know where they were. I got toilet paper up here because my nose was running so bad the other night. You can tell I work with real gemstones because I have real ones here. I don't do too much resin, but I'm learning. I am learning. I'd just like to know where all my other resin cups are. Because with this resin, it's not like the other resin. It's not like that. I've got beads coming across. These are real jade, by the way. Green jade tree. They're real jade. They're not glass. They're little squares. They actually would go pretty on a necklace. Even these two colors would actually go together really well. If y'all are wondering what I'm doing, I'm looking for my cups to see that I need 2 cups to mix this 2-part resin. This paint, Jacquard, I've used it for everything else. Luminaire, Artist, acrylics are brilliant, and metallics, perfect for surfaces, including wood, canvas, paper, and natural or synthetic fabrics, lightweight silk to denim. Anyway, this is acrylic apparently, just so you know. It's Luminaire Jacquard. I love this color. It is supposed to be, look what it says, Halo Violet Gold. Will affect how your resin cures. Oh, okay. I can't use that. Yeah, I can reuse this one. Nasty. That'll at least give me 1 pour and 1 mix cup. The problem is you got to mix the color in. I found out the hard way. You have to mix the color in before you pour it in. Because I was trying to mix it in the mold one time, and that did not work. So, hang on. I'm looking to see if I can find me a couple more cups. Sorry, folks. I have a whole crap load of red cups, but I don't know what I did with them because I started mixing it with the other cups. lights. That for the lights. I do a lot of metal work too, but I'm also cheap. I haven't even used this. This actually is, I'll show it to you guys. Give me a second. It's brand new because I do metal and I do torch work. But I wanted a soldering gun instead of having to buy a full-fledged one. So I got this. Pretty reasonable. This is actually a soldering and torch. Check this out, walnut. So I can get it far enough back so you can see it. There's some soldering stuff too. But it uses, let's see. Of course, I can't read Japanese. Anybody in here read Jap? Operation steps for solder and blower function. Repair switchboards, meters. I use it for the jewelry and stuff. Listen, nuts. Boards, warning, keep the torch out of reach of children. So it actually is a torch. A hand torch. Which I can't wait to use it. It's full of hair from my cat. And he travels too. But I think it's going to be pretty awesome to use it eventually. Well, this is more than soldering. It also is a flame torch. So that's kind of cool. Where is my thing? Hey, Walnut, can I use acrylic paints in this? Do you know if I can use acrylic paints in the 2-part resin? Just asking. Since you're in here. Because I know Walnut works with a lot of acrylics. Could you hear me, Walnut? Hey guys, don't forget to thumb up the live. I see there's 6 of you in here. We just did a resin pour, which wasn't a complete fail, but it was a fail enough. For the dice, the D&D dice, I'm going to have to order another mold. So can we put acrylic paint, actual acrylic paint in the 2-part resin? Hey, Will Hat, welcome in. Thanks, Walnut Witch. You're awesome, Walnut. You are. I'm so happy you were here. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to order another mold. I'm going to see about the one you said is for what, $18 and something? I can get more than one mold. I don't want to mix resin in my box that holds my gems and stuff because I'll never get it out. That 2-part resin. Plus, I need to find, I have some more UV resin. I've got to find that. I have a whole nother container of it. Sorry guys, I'm over here digging looking for the little cups I have. Great Scott. Of course. Only tonight all this stuff would happen. Wow. Yeah, if I do it, I'm just going to have to do like one color because I don't have enough cups to do 2 or 3 colors. Well, Willow, they came out great all but one side on every one of them, and it had to do with the mold. So, other than that, they came out great, and I'm going to order another mold because of the top and stuff and what it did. But thanks for stopping in. Don't forget to thumb up the live, everybody. Really helps. And that's on up on Amazon, walnut. Yeah. I am so disappointed. I am so sorry, everybody. I really expected it to do a lot better. Okay. This one's still pretty. The moon I did and the Swarovski beads. That came out really well, that resin moon, considering. I am looking for, okay. So I'll just leave these over to the side. I'm going to actually, wow, that's got a little chip in it right there. I didn't even notice it. I'm going to drill a hole in this, guys. So watch your ears if you got ear plugs in. We're going to make some noise, everyone. Yeah, I know. Thank you. That's true. All right, noise coming. Diamond drill. It's really meant for drilling shells and hard rock, this drill here. This is what this bit drill's for. Okay. Let me pull this back some. Push that down so I can see what I'm doing myself. There we go. Can everybody see that okay? We're getting ready to drill. Take your earphones out or turn them down. Earphones, earplugs, cut them down low. Here we go, folks. Noise coming. All right. That wasn't too terrible, was it, everybody? I just blow the top off. Trying to see everything here too. Good. It wasn't that long, so it shouldn't have bothered anybody too badly or too much. So that's the hole it makes. It's real fine, which means what? It means that I'm going to have to what? Use a very high gauge, high number gauge wire. Otherwise, no other wires will fit through it. So let's see here. Here we go. I won't be doing silver, but this will work. This is copper, and it's 24 gauge. See how small that is? It's really tiny. I'm actually going to try to wrap this a little and then make some jump rings for the top. Did I resin my scissors together? Whoa. Almost. Goodness. Okay. So I'm using about 10 foot of 24 gauge, which is very high. I think I did walnut. I think I resined them together. But they broke apart. I did get it, it just popped off one side of the scissors. So the piece that's like here, like this, I guess I broke it. Okay. It's very quiet. For one of the reasons is because of me getting snaked on having that Halloween one where it got me for it didn't give me a copyright strike, but they said I had to stop because they shut down my live. And as soon as I turned it off, and the live went right back on. So there you go. I'm going to take I don't know where my other barrel nose pliers are, but we're just going to take these. I'm going to grab it down here after I made the loop. I'm going to pull it around like that and that. And I'm going to press that together just like that. Because we're going to press this right like this with my thumb. Can everybody see that okay? Or am I not sure? We're going to press that with my thumb right there. We're going to pull this back around the back here like that and press down. And then I'm going to hold it with my finger. Remember, guys, I'm used to wrapping roll stones, not resin. Okay, and then I'm going to swirl it around like that. And pull it down a little bit. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to swirl it around. And I'm going to hold it right there. Sorry. I'm going to swirl it around again. I'm trying to stay in the camera frame, guys. Thanks, Walnut. Okay, and then I'm going to pull that a little tighter because I want it to be smaller. Like that. Then I want to come around here, around the side. I'm going to do a swirl here. My cat Star is coming to see what everybody's up to. You want to say hi, Star? Want to say hi? Want to say hi to everybody? Say hi, Walnut Witch. She said, I am the boss. I'm checking everything out to make sure she's doing it right. Okay. Thank you so much, Walnut. So we're gonna swirl it here and get this back again. I got to moving because of the cat. Kitty Boss always gets in the way if she can. That's exactly right. I got cat. sorry, goodness. Thank you for telling me, Walnut. Anyway, I was saying I was putting it up in the drawer because Boss Kitty can't help herself when it comes to stuff like that. She just doesn't matter if it's sterling to her. It's game on. Get down. This works really well. There's nothing in it, by the way. I trained her with a water gun. Okay, so we're taking this and I'm looping it right there like that. I'm going to hold my finger here and on the other side because I'm going to do another loop, which means take my finger like this. Can you guys see all this? Because I can't see what I'm doing. And loop that back. Put my finger here. I'm going to pull that down like that. There we go. And press it down. Almost looks like an L, doesn't it? And then I'm going to come right down here underneath of this and back behind here like that. I'm pressing that down. And then we're going to do it again, but this time we're going to come across this way, across the back. But when I do come across the back, folks, I'm going to lift this up right here as I'm holding these, which it takes 3 or 4 fingers to hold them. I'm going to pull this up, run these through here, both wires. Keep going. And press that down there. And then pull this as tight as I can. Go. Excuse me for coughing, I'm sorry. Okay, then I'm going to hold it like that. Come back around this way and make a loop again, just like that. I'm going to do a bigger one. And I'm going to do a loop here also. Come across this way on the bottom. In the meantime, folks, remember that I'm holding this wire all at the same time, so that's what you got to do until we tie it off. Whoa, come on back down there. That's not supposed to come off the bottom there. I'm doing another loop up here at the top. I'm going to come straight down this way. Whoops, sorry about that if I got off the camera. That's what you call wire wrapping with a purpose. Okay. And I'm actually going to go through the whole of this. I was hoping both wires would go through here. Hang on, I may have to go through the front and do one instead of 2. Or maybe I will do it single and single. Hey, Walk in the Rain. Welcome in. And I guess you said later, stay safe. Oh, I'm glad you stopped by. I'm sorry I didn't even see you on the screen. Are you leaving too, Walking Walnut Witch? We're almost done. We're just wrapping this piece. And we're going to redo the cabs too as soon as I get a new mold. There we go. And we're going to put one through here. It will be really pretty when it's done. And that one sort of holds that side piece. That's the whole idea. I'm going to go back through here. Oh, maybe we're not. That one's not going to go back through, so I'm going to do a loop stitch instead. There we go. Just bring that down like that and press together. And I actually think that looks really nice. What do you guys think? The back's a little different to be called for, but the front all swirly and pretty. Oh, okay, Walnut. All right, so I'm going to do another loop here because I think it'll look nice on the side. Like that. And then I'm going to take these round nose pliers. I'm going to wrap it around. And you release your hand as you're wrapping it around. You just let go with your hand and keep turning. Get in there. This wire is so dainty though. Okay. I'm just going to keep doing this. I'm almost making like jump rings, but we're not. We're actually making like a little spring. I'm going to squish it together and press it on the side like that. Trying to get it to, sorry, my hand's in the way like that. And then we're going to come back with this one and go through here. Like that. I'm actually going to get this to loop again, holding that down. And we're just looping that around. Hopefully everybody can see all right. Thank you, Walnut. I appreciate it. I appreciate your kindness. I appreciate everybody being here. All awesome. And we are going to what? Eventually get the dice right. I'm going to have dice nightmares now. I'm just going to take this, wrap it around here. Roll, roll, and release your wrist, folks, as you're turning, or your hand. Release your hand off the pliers as you're turning. We're going to do that. It'll look like a little curly Q there. And on the top here, I'm going to grab it right here on this top wire. And I'm going to bend it like that. Kind of twist bend it. Same thing for these back pieces. You want to grab it. You can use flat nose if you need to. Grab it up on this top wire here. And bend it and twist it. That sort of tightens it up and locks this little stone in place, is what we're doing. As I do this, it'll tighten it in place. We're just turning it and tightening it in place. There we go. I'm going to move this one here a little bit. See, these wires are so thin, I have to be careful because of the way they catch it. I'm just using the side of my pliers to smush that down with. Just trying to pull that over a little. I'm going to tighten this on the bottom. Hold it there and tighten it. Same thing. Hold it and tighten. There we go. Not too bad. And on the top here, we're going to put a jump ring through here. It's not too bad looking. Bunch of swirlies on a green resin cab. I wish I had a pressure pot. No, actually I'm not. And there aren't any bubbles in this either, are there? Is everybody shocked? There's no bubbles in my resin. I'll prove it too. I wish I had a pressure pot. But I learned a trick a long time ago. Look, no bubbles, Mom. No bubbles. I'll even bring it up close so nobody will think I'm lying that there's no bubbles. The way I keep from getting bubbles, because it was bubbling up on me like crazy, Walnut, was I found don't stir it as fast or as hard as they say to. And then, of course, I use heat. I use the heat gun on it, too. So, no, I didn't. And I actually didn't get a bunch of bubbles. And the reason I know that by the clear pieces, or they would be full of bubbles, and they are not. Even if you hold the light up to the mishaps here, you'll see there aren't a bunch of bubbles in it. Which is cool. Which means I did it right. And I like this. I don't even know what brand this is. I think I got this off of Amazon. Anyway, it's crystal clear epoxy resin art. And they're out of it right now, or they were. And it's a 40-minute pot time, diamond hard, non-toxic, and self-leveling and non-flammable. So it says. But I had it smoking when I was heating it up to make sure there were no bubbles left in it. Thanks, Walnut. You're cool. Oh, my God. I am telling you. Did you see this? I don't know if you saw this piece, Walnut, that I did, since I'm waiting for that I'm waiting to look for something, but anyway, this is a piece of fake turquoise that I did in the polymer clay with resin. And these are real malachite beads and silver jump rings and silver wire that I actually made myself. And then done in a silver bezel. I don't know. I thought it was cute and it came out really well. And these are real gemstones. This is not. I thought it was pretty. Thanks, Walnut. Thanks, Dorothy. I didn't even know you were here, Dorothy. Welcome in. Don't forget to thumb up the live, everybody. I need your help. You got to be the one to do it. Okay, so I'm pulling this up right here. And I'm going to have to make some little copper jump rings because it's copper that I'm using on it. And hopefully, eventually, I will find what? My copper wire that I have no idea where it is. I mean, my copper chain. Thank you both. I really appreciate it. Now, you know, I've got cutters here, guys, so use your wire cutters. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Because it'll be a lot easier on you if you do as I say and not as I do. I promise you. I promise, I promise. See, I don't show the rest of my table because it's all full of clay and crap. Them's the facts. You are correct. You are correct, Walnut. You're so cool. Hey, guys, I just want to say thank you for everyone who thumbed up my live. I really appreciate it. Even though we didn't do terrible. I mean, all the other numbers came out and they look really nice. And I thought I had poured it like I was supposed to, but apparently I didn't. But the top wasn't right. It didn't fit it. The rubber top for the dice did not fit it at all. And it's a good thing I was going to buy 2 of those. That would have been dumb because neither one of them would have been any good. Okay, so we're going to make some jump rings here. I'm just using a set of barrel nose. This is probably about a 6. That's 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know. Maybe that's 3. Maybe I got it backwards. But either way, use the bigger one on your barrel nose. I know this is at least a 3. We're just going to turn it and wrap it and release them. Same thing you did with the little pliers with me. You just keep turning it, wrapping it, and releasing it. I hold it pretty tight with my thumb when I'm doing this to keep some pressure on it. You just keep rolling that around. Okay, you get up to the end. I usually roll it over like that. And then squish it down a little bit. Alrighty, and there we go. Now we're going to take, see, now I'm going to show you cutting it with the clippers, the wire cutters like you're supposed to. I've been doing all this resin stuff. That's okay, these will work. These aren't my other ones, but these will work. We're going to cut straight across here. Usually I go right where the, see where that end piece is there, folks? Can you guys see that, where that little end piece is? Right there. I usually go to that part, right at that end piece, and then I cup my hand, folks. You don't have to, but usually they go flying if you don't. So we got 3 jump rings out of this. We only need 1 to get it through the hoop there. And then we're going to make some chain links for them. Woohoo! Because I'm literally making the necklaces right now because I can't find my other chain. Hey folks, don't forget to like and thumb up the live, and you're number one in here, Walnut. Awesome. I'm so glad to have Walnut here. She is amazing. She is a very awesome artist. You have to see what she makes. She does these beautiful wands. She's also up on Etsy besides YouTube, and I believe she also has a, I'll think of it in a minute, a Discord, which I think I talked to her one time in Discord, but I'm not sure. And I think I joined hers, but I'm not sure. It's been a while. Anyway, she's on Discord. She's on YouTube. Do you have an Instagram, Walnut? And she's on Etsy. Oh, okay. You're redoing your inventory. Anyway, when she's there, Walnut, are you up on you're on Etsy still, right? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that explains why you're here too. What a nice person you are for being here. Taking time out of your busy schedule. And Walnut has cute and beautiful kitties too. I only have one. I can barely take care of the one. She's a handful. She's a handful. And she's gone out of the room now, Boss Kitty has, because she's inspecting the other room. And I am so glad that I brought my coffee in here with me, or she would tell me I couldn't have it and knock it off my table, my coffee table. I'm not in vacation mode, Walnut, but I am like waiting to put stuff up. That's it. You got it. You're the only one that got it. Exactly why she does it. Oh my God. That is exactly why she does it. Okay, so we're going to do one little jump ring here. If I got this way too close, guys, you guys have to just kind of tell me and I try to look at the screen. But then I look at it and it looks like it's too far away. So I'm going to open this one. I like making my own jump rings. They're actually better than the ones you buy most of the time. And I just made these out of Parawire. This is 800 feet of 18 gauge Parawire. This is 18 gauge. It's so trippy. You need to know because it looks like this one's bigger, but they're not. They're actually the same. These are both 18 gauge. This one is 200 feet. This one is 800 feet, it says. It's either 800 or 300. Sorry, guys. It wiped off. But I've been using Parawire for years because it doesn't tarnish and turn, and I guarantee my work with them. I won't do it with any other wire except sterling, and then I tell you if it turned, it's due to silver does turn. You have to keep it clean. And I made these last week. These are actually picture jasper and tiger eye, guys. Really pretty tiger eye. And turquoise, Malcanese turquoise, and silver with a liver earring. tarnish resistant, and it will not turn your ears because I have metal issues myself, big time, big time. Trying to get this out of here. This was supposed to be put up in the thing. This is the this is my earrings and everything getting all caught up in whatever I had laying here before. Okay, so I made this a couple weeks ago. It actually is really pretty. A lot of people thought it was labradorite, but it is actually black obsidian gold, and it's supposed to be a gemstone. It's made out of polymer clay, people in Mica and the other, and it actually turned out really pretty. And it does look like what it says it does, because I Googled it to make sure it matched. It's golden black obsidian stone, which I thought it was pretty. I didn't have any copper wire, though. So hopefully I'll get them all done, and I can find the right wire for everyone and chain so that when I put it up there, it's done right, because it just bugs me not to have them right. Here's the other earring. I did order some 929 silver wires. I just like this, though, because I like big wires. I think they hang better in your ears, and they're actually not that heavy. So these are Pictured Desert Jasper gemstone, manganese turquoise, and real tigerite too in the top. So these are completely gemstones, and I think they're gorgeous. They're real lightweight. If you like earrings, I like mine kind of dangle and hang, so I like that look. And I'm putting them up here now, because if I don't, Boss Kitty will be back in here to correct me. Thank you so much, Walnut. I appreciate that. I'm wiping my glasses off because I can't see, folks, on my shirt, because that's the easiest way. Okay. And I don't say I don't do intermission breaks like you, but I do the same thing, only it's a VW I use, Walnut. Okay, so we're just putting that up through there. And we're going to, you can take your hands when you make your own if they're not that hard. This, even the 18 gauge is a little stiff. Hear that noise? Because as soon as it makes that noise and clicks, your jump ring is in and set. This is the front. And we're going to make some chain links to go with this. I think it's going to be really pretty, to be honest with you. So that is Stream Green in 2-part resin by Tim Holtz. This was the alcohol ink I used. And I bought these a while back, Walnut, so I'm not rich. They were expensive. Tim Holtz stuff is expensive, $6 to $8 and more for a bottle of his stuff. I don't know what he's got. He got fancy, I need to be rich, so you make me rich by buying my oils and inks. And he has stamps too and all that. Yeah, that's cute, Walnut. So how's everybody doing tonight? Don't forget to thumb up the live while you're in here. It's a lot of fun. We're wire wrapping a piece of 2-part resin, and we're wrapping it in copper, and we did a copper jump ring. We also unmolded the 7 D&D Dungeon and Dragon dice, which unfortunately did not turn out the way I thought they would. Every side looks beautiful except one side. So we're going to order another mold. I think it's a defective mold. We're going to order another mold to try again. And let's see here. I'm looking. I am looking. What am I looking for? Okay. So we're going to do that. We got our jump ring. We're going to use this 18 gauge. And if I have to, I can measure it and make sure. And by the way, all of Parawires are really nice. Their wire is really nice, and it's like non-tarnish. It also is always dead soft. So depending on what you're making, you might have to work hard in it, but it sure makes it easier to make stuff. So I'm going to do about, this is about 6. I'm going to do about 10 feet of this wire, and then I'm going to cut it into sections because we're going to make chain links with it, and I'm going to do small chain links. Okay, what do I do with the cutters? The cutters, oh, where be the cutters? How's everybody doing tonight? Are you working on anything special right now, Walnut? Or Mental Raccoon or Dorothy? Dorothy does jewelry too, by the way. She just isn't doing it online yet, not like we are. She will eventually, I hope. Yeah, thanks a lot. Polishing your dice. Uh-huh. Now I got to make a new set, right? No, I'm messing with you, Walnut. That's cool. I'm happy they even turned out halfway decent. At least I know maybe what some of my limitations are. You know? That is not an issue. Dorothy seemed to like this piece, and I haven't clipped it or sanded it or taken off the edges. That has green Swarovski beads in it with gold and mica, and then 2-part resin. That one does. And I am still looking for... Oh, here they are. Look, I do have a pair. I have more than one pair of cutters, but you know, if everything's not hanging in front of my face, I usually misplace it or lose it. And I can show you. Did you see this, Walnut? Did you see the resin machine? Because I told you, I mean the light resin machine. Well, I'm trying to pull it over here for you to see. This is the one I have. And it was less than, when I bought it, it was less than $25. It's a Nail Pro light. And then it has the tray that comes with it and slides in, and it has 4 lights inside. I'll move this back over here and my light back over here so it's not so dark. Oh. Yeah, well, that one was a Oh, great. I muted myself again. Thank you, Walna. It's because I'm moving the camera. Anyway, I was saying that it was cheaper for that light on Amazon, and that I was just cutting this, and that I found my wire cutters. And I'm going to cut it again because this is going to be chain links for the necklace. I don't know if I showed you. Where is that piece I just did? That's a good question, where my copper and brass pieces I did the other night. You would like that walnut. I don't know where it is on the necklace holder. Did you take it, Boss Kitty? She may have. Anyway, I'm gonna take this. These I usually try to get them even because we are doing it as a necklace. So I will cut it about there. And I'll take one piece. Very scientific about this, okay? One piece to match it up. Make sure your ends all go to the end. And then we're going to cut it again right at the bottom where you see that little piece there. I'm using my fingers to hold that so it doesn't fly off. Same thing, I'm going to keep working up. And cut it again. Hold my fingers there. Same thing. This is kind of repetitive, this part. I apologize. I thank everyone for being here. I think you're all awesome. Thank you for coming in and to watch me attempt to undo the dice molds, which was a letdown, but that's okay. I will survive and I will do it again. Once I get them good enough, then I'll be doing them to actually make them different colors and all kinds of things. Okay, we're just making these. These are going to be chain links, folks, for the necklace. Yeah, I did mute before. You are so right. I did mute. I didn't even realize it, Walnut, until you said something. Thank goodness you told me. Cutting there again. Making chain links for the necklace. Trying to make sure they match. Do this again. I'm trying to cut as many as I can because it takes 10 to 12 links to make the necklace. If everybody's wondering why I'm doing all these cuts. Thank you for everybody being in here. I really appreciate it. Please remember to thumb up and like the live. And, you know, subscribe if you're not already. There's more exciting stuff coming. Tonight was just working on those resin molds that didn't turn out the way I thought they would, but oh well. I have not failed. I am only what? Working on a better solution. Now I'm going to put this one up here because I'm going to try to make sure these all kind of match. You want them to match up if possible. Just tap them together. Okay, that's only off by a little edge right there, this one, and I'm going to clip that with these. Okay. Now we're going to make some chain links out of those. And from there, we're going to make chain links for both sides of the necklace, by the way. But I cut these at first so we can go ahead and do these, and they're for this resin 2-in-1 with stream alcohol ink in it, and I think it came out really pretty. all the swirls, and we handmade the jump ring there. It's actually not that hard. I learned a long time ago, especially when I'd run out of jump rings, Walnut, and I couldn't just go and buy them, or I needed a jump ring that was small enough to fit through whatever I was working through. Sometimes I had to use smaller wire, and it was actually more pliable, especially, as I said, Parawire. I am not sponsored by them, but they are really a great wire. Parawire is very soft and forgiving. And it makes for great jump rings because it's not that hard. And if you need to, you can always hand hammer it, okay? And use a chasing hammer and a block, a metal block. If you absolutely must work hard in it. Because they work hard in some anyway when you're working with your hands. Plus all you got to do, you can use a round, as long as it doesn't have any, I guess it would bevel corners. You need something that's actually really round, like a pencil or a pen, and you can just wrap the wire around there, just like that. And then clip. And then clip it again, and you're done. You've got jump rings. Okay, I'm going to start with one piece to begin with. And I am using my barrel nose pliers for this, because you take it right there. You don't want it to be all the way through. You want it to be right at the nip of the wire. And you're going to pull it down and turn it. If it's not there all the way, just turn it some more until it is. Or you can do it with your hands if you have to. We'll just put it that way. There we go. And then I'm going to do the other side. Again, like I said, don't pull it all the way through. See, I'm having to that's not long enough for me. I got to do a smaller one. That was too big. Okay, so I'm going to use the smaller, like 1 millimeter here. Just pull it up to there with a little nip. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll just keep turning it until it's like a little hoop there, almost like a balloon. Same thing. Wow. Trying to get these to go in my hand here. I may have made these too short, thinking I could get away with a shorter ring. Give me just a second, folks. I'll be right back. I don't have an intermission like Walnut does. Trying to see the writing on here. Yeah, I did. I'm doing D&D dice, not regular dice, but you might want to check out, Ryan. You might want to check out raccoon glass. He's done some beautiful dice that he does out of glass. They're pretty awesome. Give me a second, folks. I've got to go in the other room to grab something, and I'll be right back. I apologize. Hang around. It's fun. It's all cool learning this kind of stuff, and I'm so glad you're here, Walnut, Dorothy, mental health, raccoon glass. Launch, if you're here. Launch is supposed to be here tonight too, so I don't know. And Will Hat, I think. Give me just a second here. I'm going to grab something. I'll be right back. It's something I want to get because I want to show it to Walnut Witch. I want her to see it. Because we don't get too much time like this where I can actually show her some of my stuff. It must be cold here, folks. My heat's kicking in. Give me just a second, folks. I apologize. So sorry. Sorry about that. I'm in all the wrong rooms, no wonder. Gracious. Sorry, folks. Walnut, are you still with me? Everybody's still here? Sorry, I had to go out. Let me put my glasses on. Again, because I can see Jack. Or Jack can't see me. All right. Here's what I was going to try to show you on. This I made the other night. Of course, it needs a couple more silver balls there. But this is a chain link I made with just copper wire. And the jump rings are double through the bezel. This is a jasper tree, just like the other, only it's more white. And then the beads and the copper backing. But that's how I made my chain. That's how I made my chain out of this. Of course, I just pulled it apart. And I made an S hook, which is real easy if you don't have right up under there. You slide it under there, and you just press this over like this so it stays. I actually thought it turned out rather well, considering I didn't have any copper chain. It's because I pulled on that too hard. I'm too rough on stuff. Just hook it like that. Yep. There we go. Anyway, I thought it came out really pretty. Somebody said it almost looked like, not a cabochon, but the things that people used to wear in the old days. What they call them, those pins? Anybody remember? Anyway, so I thought it was real pretty. I'm going to put this up in the drawer here too, so you guys know what I'm doing. This is to keep Boss Kitty from trying to mass manage my jewelry stuff. Everything gets a drawer. And I got this, I wanted to show this to you, Walnut, and anybody else who has tools or paintbrushes or pencils or any kind of sticks or anything. This actually was pretty reasonable. This is a Temu special. No, I am not sponsored by them. But check that out. Real inexpensive. I forget what it was. It wasn't that much. Under 10 bucks for sure. And it's like a bamboo. And you just pop these all together. And then you got a place to what? I guess you could stick your tools in here too if you wanted. Like that, maybe. That one's too thick. But it's meant for pens and brushes. Or you could use like these. The balls things that we all use as clayers and everything else. Kind of gives you a place to put them. You can tell I didn't take care of my cheap brushes too well, but the small holes up front will hold your smaller stuff. Just line it up. I just thought with everybody that's creators and artists, something like this really comes in handy. Yeah, that works. PVC and silicone, absolutely. Yeah, you shouldn't have too much trouble doing that, Ryan. You should be able to create that. If you do jewelry and all that. I do a lot of jewelry, but I do a lot of painting and drawing. It's just I haven't right now. It's just because of some health issues, Ryan. Is why I've been kind of taking it easy about what I do. Okay. So now back to cutting wire lengths, which now I am decided that they've got to be bigger because I'm not happy with that. Okay. Let me get this cut here again. I'm going to cut it a little bit longer. I can almost eyeball it, to be honest with you. Can anybody even see what I'm doing? Sorry. You're so funny, Walnut. Walnut's an awesome person. Most of my people that come in here and my subscribers are all good people, and they're other creators, and they're amazing. Okay. Two to 4 inches on these, depending on how long you want the wire to be in between the chain link wire. And I showed you the other ones that I was showing Walnut that actually have beads on them, so you can put beads on them too. They don't have to be just plain. Oops. I think I fudged on that one, but oh well. So I do paint and draw. There's some older videos not that long ago, a year ago, last year I did a water dragon, not just wood burning, but I actually drew it and painted it on canvas. I had to use micro pens over my sketch on my 11 by 14 canvas because it wasn't showing up on the screen. The pencil sketch was not showing my dragon. That's awesome. I'm glad you've seen the wood burning. The painting one is really old, and the drawing one is. It was a while back. It was during New Year's. Like, I think it was 2024 to 2025. So here we are, what? Getting ready to hit 2026. Okay. Shorty. Not too short. Okay. Let's try this again. You just want to get it right at the end there, folks. You don't want it sticking out if possible. And you're going to turn it. And it can be a little unnerving because you got to get it just right. See what it's doing to me? Am I in the camera at all, you guys? I'm so sorry. Okay, here's what I like to do. That's why I made the wire longer this time. It was too short, but see how that is? Almost like a lollipop. I know people say, oh, you just need a little balloon on the top. No, you don't. You don't have to do the balloon ones. Do a lollipop for making your chain link. It's easier. Thank you so much, Walnut. I didn't know if I was or not. I always worry because I can't see my own hand. I'm used to look through the lens, but I found that's dangerous. Okay. So now I'm going to take this in. Again, very tip. I got to come back even further. I have that too far out. You do not want the wire sticking out of the other end, folks. Just take it and roll it all the way around. And then I use these. You can use a pair of flat nose if you want to drop those and come back. You can use a pair of flat nose and smush it down and just turn it like that. And there you go. There's your link. And we're going to make about 10 of these for each side. And I'll show you again how to do it once or twice, and then we can roll. Roll it and release. And then squeeze. Boss Kitty's getting into stuff she shouldn't be, aren't you? Okay. Now turn it. Roll it again. I have to flip these around on me. I'm bad about not doing that. Oops. Hear my cat? Boss Kitty. I'm going to do another one. Okay. Oh, and by the way, Walnut Witch also cooks on her channel. She makes some really yummy, yummy food. Check her out. Okay, there we go. That's two. I knew that had to be you, Launch. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just come around the corner and do that for you. Okay. Anybody doesn't know it, Launch and I are real friends in real life. So I'm making a short one here. So don't pay him any mind if he's giving me a hard time. It's just because he can. That one's too little. That one too little. We'll use that on the hook on the top when we're done. How's everybody doing tonight? How's the weather for everybody? It's been freaking super cold here. There we go. How many people are getting snow? Yeah, I hear you, Walnut. It is here too. It's absolutely freezing like crazy. I'll tell you what is really bad. I don't know about you, but Walnut, don't you find that the resin, and no matter whether you're working with clay or resin, the cold weather is not good. You got to almost keep everything super warm for it to be pliable, the resin and the clay. Yeah, I think, yeah, you said that. Yeah, Launch is having some really bad weather. If he drops out on us, it could be because of that. We're not exactly in the same state, so if he drops out, I won't be dropping out. Trying to clean my glasses, folks, so I can see what I'm doing. That's a little better. Yeah, a little better. Thank you, everybody, for all the thumbs up. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. So we're working on chain links right now for this resin cab I did with Tim Holtz green ink. And 2-part resin. And just hold it like that. And I'll tell you, folks, if you do these and you go, oh my goodness, one's going up and one's going down, no problem. You just grab it, hold the one end or the other end, depending on the way you want to twist it, and turn it around. Keep holding this end tight and turn it around. And then they'll match. They'll both be up on the same end. I believe it. Anytime you're near any, well, I don't know. People claim, excuse me, if you're near the water, it's warmer, but I can tell you that's a lie. When it's really frigid, it's going to actually be colder. Can actually be colder. Let's flip these over. I'm going to turn that. I'm doing exactly that. So I'm doing a long, short, long, short is how I'm doing this. That's just the way I do it because I think it looks neat. Why can't I see out of my glasses? These are my good glasses too. Oops. Oh yeah, it's lunch. Okay, so he lived in Colorado. I've got friends that still live out in Colorado. I'm sure they're getting snowed out. No doubt about it. I'm going to get my eye cleaner so I can see what I'm doing, guys, and get some medicine for my shoulders that are pumping the jam on me right now. And my back. I will be right back. If you ever get a chance, that little box thing I showed you up here. Now, I wasn't thrilled, but since I have limited space in here, I was okay. But I was hoping for a bigger one with the box and the drawers. I'm used to having the really tall ones, and their picture was deceptive. It made it look like it was a big, tall one, and it wasn't. That's why I don't order everything from Temu, and that's one of the reasons. Because the other ones I actually got off of Amazon a long time ago. And they're really big, and it's a decent price. And it gives you a bunch of drawers, which I can also keep all my polymer clay in there, as well as beads, anything. Even tips to your your wood burners and stuff, you can use it. It makes a great thing for holding all those little odds and ends that you need. Okay, give me just a second, folks. I will be right back. The most I ran was the night. In and out, in and out. Yes, boss kitty, I know. You're a good girl. You're a good baby. I'm also thinking about doing a ring tonight, guys. We'll see where we get to with this. Just a simple wire wrap ring. Okay. These, by the way, are actually, and they're actually cool. They're Tiger Eye bees, little bitty ones. Instead of a 6 or an 8, these are like a 4. I think they're really pretty though. Really pretty Tiger Eye bees, little bitty ones. Okay, hang on, I'm working on this. I'm working on this. Boss Kitty is out there seeing what she can get into while I'm not in the living room. And I'm working on making it so I can see. Oh, and by the way, if anybody, I'm not sponsored by Amazon. This stuff's expensive in the big bottle, but it's worth it. And you get a little portable, and you get 2 little orange cloths. It's called Whoosh. You can clean everything from your glasses to your computer screen. Stuff's amazing. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for all the thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate everybody hanging out. I really do. Thank you so much for being here with me tonight as we went through the not the happiest time of unmounting the Resin D&D dice, but that's going to change too. If I'll figure it out, and I'll get a better dice mold. That's a fact. We're all a mess. We are all a mess. Okay. So I got 1, 2, 3 little ones, 2 big ones, and I need another big one. We're just making a chain link copper necklace because I don't know where my copper chain is. Straighten out back what I did. I really fudged that one up. There we go. Two big ones. Yeah, that'll be awesome. By the way, Launch is an artist too. And he's a painter. He's a really good painter. I'm better at sketching, and then I have to paint over it because I'm not a super duper painter. I'm a sketcher. Anybody curious why I don't do painting full time? Well, it takes longer to sell paintings than it does jewelry, and since I have both of those options, I picked the jewelry. Okay, folks, we're getting through these, and then I'm going to be hooking them together soon. Just like I told you, not all the way to the end. Oh, it is hard sometimes to catch that just right. Just turn and let loose. Spin it around. Make your little loop. Let loose. Like I said, if they're going in two different directions, which these aren't, you can just twist it and make them the other way. Thank you, everybody, for all the thumbs up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting me. It really helps. That's awesome, Launch. It's like my family. Painting and drawing and sketching. Okay. But I enjoy doing the jewelry too. It's fun. It's kind of relaxing. And that's all a part of art too, because when I first started, I did drawings. And then I transferred my drawings into my jewelry way back when in the day. In fact, it's in my little bio on my YouTube. Okay, we're just going to make these go like I showed you before. You just turn the one around and twist it and hold the other one and get it to go the same direction. My back is just frying tonight, but that's normal for me because of the shoulder and back problems I have. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start to hook some of these together, and then I'm going to make some more. So I got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more about that size to make it 8. Just grab it there. Make sure it's not coming all the way through there. You barely want that tip to be out there. Press your finger underneath here and turn and release and turn. I'm going to do the other end. Oops, that one's too little. Okay, let's do this one. Okay. I'm going to cut this off because it's way too long. So about right there. go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I really appreciate all the thumbs up and the time you're spending with me. Really means a lot. Oops, that one's a boob. Everybody has a boob once in a while. Yeah. Let's take it there, hold it to the edge. Press down and turn. Keep your thumb against that and hold it tight. It'll make it easier. And do the other end. And I am holding this. You don't have to hold it with a death grip, but I do hold it a little tight. It makes it a bit easier. I'm going to turn it around like I showed you before. If it's going 2 different directions, there we go. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go, 8. And then we're going to hook those together. Yeah, I'm working on it. Got a bunch of moons here. I also have them in silver metal, the moons. Actually, I'm going to try to incorporate this agate with this one, because these are so close with the pink mother of pearl and then the pink agate. I really like the way this pink agate looks. Let me show you. Check that out. Can everybody see the lines in that? Let me try this then. Let me see if I can. Hold on. The lights are going out. We're going in the dark, everybody, just for a second. Not real dark, but how about if I hold it like that? Can you see those lines? That's the agate. I have to do it that way for you guys to actually see the lines. It's really pretty. The lines are really pretty, and that goes real well with that pink mother of pearl, which is really what it is, mother of pearl that they dyed pink. But this is actually a pink agate. So I guess if you like, depending on the person, some people like really big statement pieces, but other people don't. So, you know, depending on the person. I guess for me, this wouldn't go around my neck. Not unless I was doing some kind of hippie groove thing. It would go in a window. Excuse me. I did do something a long time ago. I guess I could do it again. This is a crystal ball, and I bought these. They're actually quartz, and I hung and strung moons off of them and made it into a wind chime. Excuse me. Excuse me for coughing in your ears. Darn it. Anyway, so you can use pliers. I can show you how to do this with pliers if necessary. You can use 2 different pairs of pliers. And you just grab the one set, like I use my bent nose. I grab it right in between there like that. And then your flat nose. And open it. And then you'll take the next one and bring it up here and drop it over. There we go. I'm used to using my hands so much. I need to teach people how to use the pliers. Your hands get work hardened from being a jewelry artist too. So you don't fill stuff like other people would. Just hook that over there like that. Press it down to make sure it stays. And I'm going to open this end using both pairs of pliers. And then hook that into there like that. Whoops. And there like that. And then close it back like that. That's 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. I'll hook this one into here like that. Oops, I got to open a little wider here, folks. There we go. There we go. And pull that up over there. Twist it back like that. And I'm going to take this one and open it. Just pulling that out like that. And it pulls it off and away. And right there you can see where this is. Come on now. Pulling that up. Sorry about that, folks. There we go. If I'd have opened it a little wider, it might have worked. Drop it back like that. Just drop it back like that. And then bring it back down like this. There's 3. I'm going to make one more so to match that. And this will make 4. It's easy enough to make whistles and stuff for your wind chime. You can do it with different sorts of metal and also bamboo. But it is work. Don't think making wind chimes is easy, because when you see the stuff, you know, in Walmart and Japan things, they're all made by machines. They're not handmade. Which means it takes a lot more work, and they're not quality unless you're paying a fortune for them. And that doesn't even mean that sometimes, because I used to shop, and everybody know I'm not affiliated. This is not for sponsorship. This is only for telling you. Like Pier 1, they have a lot of nice stuff, but they're super expensive if any of them are still open. But they also have a lot of what I call JP crap, and you're paying 3 times the amount. Yeah, you do. I hear you, Walnut. Okay, 3, 4, 3. I need one more here. One more. And we'll have 4 on each side. Because what I do is I end up taking bigger pieces and attaching them to that. To complete the necklace. Okay. Gotta roll one more of these. I gotta roll another piece of wire. I'll say that's not my pair of wire. This is my pair of wire. I'm just pulling off another piece because I know I'm going to end up making some chain links off the camera too later so that I can have some of these done up. But it shows everyone how they're made. And that was the point of this. Yeah, you're right. One thing I wish I had that the other creator Vaughn has is she has a glass head from them. I would love to have had one of those, but I never got one because at the time all I was doing was painting and drawing. I'm just wrapping this around here. Do the other end the same way. Smash that down. Turn that around. And I'm going to clip off this end. And if you do it just right, you won't have to sand it. If you don't, you might want to sand it because you don't want it to catch anyone's neck. There we go. And there's no sticky piece out. And just to make sure, I always make sure I smush it down really good. Not too hard. You don't want to damage the wire. Same thing. This one's got a little nip on the end that needs to come off. There we go. Again, smush it down. There we go. I just had something fall on the floor, guys. Hold on a second. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for all the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Okay, and so like on that other one I did before, folks, here's a Swarovski bead. That you do and make it so that you hook them together piece by piece. And you make your chain that way. You just put the bead in the center. Which I think is real pretty. What I like about all of us is that most of us who are creators and, you know, jewelry and regular artists and both, we all support each other, which is so important that we try to do that for each other. Okay. All right, I'm going to open the end on this one just because it's easier. See, I'm going to have to use pliers. I got it too tight. You can't always do it with your hands. I'll just hold it with this hand, put it between my two fingers here, right here, and press that up so it actually opens. Almost looks like a little stamp. And then you flip it right through there like that. And we're going to take the bent nose pliers and we're going to pull it down like that. And we're just smushing that together like that. Sorry if my hands are totally in the way. It's hard to show you sometimes. My fingers get in the way of what I'm doing. Press and turn that way and kind of push down. Go. Let's wiggle that down a little bit. You can do it that way also. Okay. Now, since we already have the jump ring on here, Hold on a second here. I'm looking for something. Okay. We're going to open the jump ring here on the top of the Cabochon, the green resin, Tim Holtz alcohol ink, and 2-in-1 resin we used to make it A and B. I'm just going to twist these apart just a little bit. You can do it with pliers too if it's too tough on your hands. We're going to hook it through there like that. We're going to do the same thing with the other side. And see these little shorter ones at the top here? So I'm using the shorter ones here at the top to put on the ring. And you're just going to hear them kind of clicking. There we go. Once they actually click, I usually take the bent nose pliers and kind of smush them a little bit. Don't be too rough. You don't want to mar your wire. If necessary, you can use a pair of nylon pliers, which I do have. Okay, so there's part of it. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. Is that cool or what? What do you guys think? I think that's cool. Whoops. Hold on. Hey guys, I'm back. I knocked myself out. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. Sorry about that, everybody. Thank you. Okay. All right, let me get this hook back up in here and get us back on the necklace. I actually do think it looks really good too. I couldn't believe my screen went out. Yeah, I think this looks really good, this necklace. And it's going to look even more awesome before it's over with. It's going to be really pretty. So I'm going to do a bunch of jump rings for up at the top here and hoop them together because I think it'll look really nice. And it will speed up the process too. We're still using Parawire 18 gauge, dead soft, just so everybody knows. And I am taking about, this right here is about a foot, so I'm going to do like 1, 2, 3, about 4 foot of it, and then I'm cutting it. I can't put it all over here because it's just whacking everywhere because it's so long. Whoa. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for all the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It's awesome. I'm going to cut this here. I'll pull it down some. Cut it again. And this, folks, you don't really have to measure it that much to make your jump rings unless you're looking for a specific amount of only jump rings. I know it's cold out here because freaking my heat is just kicking on big time. Trying to at least get these so they'll be as even as possible. There we go. And we'll start with one piece at a time to make the jump rings that are going to go on the top. The problem is if I bring you guys back this far launch, nobody can really, I mean, they can see, but they can't really see what I'm doing. So that's the only reason I usually have it back that far or that close up. So we're going to make some more jump rings here. And I'm going to do them on this 4mm. This is the barrel nose pliers I'm using. These are really not that expensive. You can probably get a set for about $10. They're a lot easier to use than just the round nose pliers. I mean, that's how I learned on those, was round nose pliers. But then I got spoiled, because what? I had barrel nose. We're just going to keep wrapping until we get, I'm going to try to fill this and then some. Just keep turning, and you let go every time, keep turning and twisting. Kind of pressing down on this because that one's kind of loose there. I'm just pulling back a little bit. We're almost making like a tight spring if possible. Trying to do quite a few because we're going to use these on both sides. And I'm going to show you something pretty cool too. I'm hoping this wire is going to fit the little tagger eye. I'm not sure. It may be too big. Okay, so I'm going to press these together like this. I'm going to clip off this big tail here I've got on the end. And you might want to hold your fingers down there just like I did, because unless you're wearing glasses like I am, you can get metal shard popped into your eyes, and you don't want that. Okay, so we're going to cut these. Cut that off right there. I'm going to start right there across the middle. And again, you should really close your hands. I'll try to keep mine open to show you, but they can pop, so that's why I say to close your hand. All right, I can repair this. It can be repaired. There we go. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one I use for something else. Okay, so I'm going to roll a few more. I got to have few for the sides. My side. You're so nice, Lunch. Normally I buy my jump rings, but I mean, to find the quality of wire that I'm using for jump rings, which they are not, I hate to say it, pair of wire is real quality wire. Truly it is. Other than buying gold and silver, it's the next step. And we're rolling some more here. But teaching people to do this too, like they learn, and it's good because that teaches people how to do it. I mean, I could sit off camera and have all this done before I came on camera. Then everybody would think that I went and bought all my jump rings instead of making them by hand. But yeah, it is sweet of you, Lunch. Thank you. We're getting there. Turning and spinning, turning and spinning. I can get it moving pretty fast. That's what I'm doing, is trying to speed it up. It's just mainly when I first do it is try to show people so they'll know how to do it. Because that's part of what my channel's about. Helping other people learn it. Thank you so much, folks, for everything. Thank you for all the thumbs up. And if you haven't thumbed up already, please thumb up. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. More cool stuff coming. We're getting there. Round and round she goes. That was what? About a 5-foot piece of wire. Isn't that something? You're sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But you're pretty educated in art and stuff too. You know that there's a lot to it that people don't realize. Twist and turn, twist and turn. Press down with your thumb. This is why our hands get tough. When you do a lot of jewelry making or any kind of hard art, your hands get tough, your fingers get tough. It's almost like playing the guitar, you know, you get calluses and stuff. All right, I think that's about as far up as I'm going to get on this one right now. We're going to cut it as close as we can. These are flush pliers is what they're called, flush cutters. And the reason they're called that is because they cut flat and even flush. Whereas, where are the other pliers I was cutting with earlier? These don't cut flush. I'll show you the difference. I mean, they will cut, they're wire cutters. But see that? There is, if you look really close, there's like a lip mark on this. Now, if we turn it around on this end and cut with my flush cutters, it's perfectly flush, but this isn't even and this isn't flush using the other cutters. See it? See that? It's not flush. This end is. That end almost looks like it's hand hammered down flat. And that is the difference in the cutters. So you can buy these, the work ones, or you can buy nice flush cutters, which will cut your wire flush every time. And you need that for when you're making jump rings too, so that you can pull it back together evenly. So cutting them with the other kind of pliers is not going to give you an even flush cut, so that it's so that your jump rings will be able to close and be even. See, then they're even. Otherwise, they're not. They'll be wonky. So I know a lot of people think, oh, well, that's so easy. I could do that. Yeah, well, let's make sure you have all the right tools. And that's why I do what I do, because I enjoy doing it, but I also enjoy teaching people how to do it the right way so that they aren't frustrated. Like when they go to make a jump ring and they go to wiggling that wire back and forth the way I tell them, and they go, oh, what's wrong? It won't go together, or it doesn't mesh up. It doesn't mesh up even. That's why. You got to have the right tools. Unfortunately, believe me, I didn't know all this when I started this years and years ago. I did not. I am not, I don't walk on water. Like, I'm imperfect. I make mistakes all the time. I'm just so grateful everybody's in here with me. I'm a happy camper. And little Little boss kitty is out there probably sleeping now, so she's going to wake me up this morning in the middle of the morning. She'll be waking me up. Just pressing this on here, kind of smashing it down. And I'm going to use my flat nose ones to come back here, kind of even these up, try to even the roundness up as much as possible. It is sort of like a slinky, you know. Okay, and then we're going to cut this tip off again, like I said before. But we're still going to cut where that tip is too. And I'm going to lay it in my hand again. I'm putting it right up there where that flesh tip is I talk about. I'll hold them like that. Like I said, see, it's getting harder to cut them, because I had more in there. But you should keep your hands closed when you're cutting them, folks. I'm just telling you because they can fly up. So we only lost one piece. We got 3, 6, 7, 8. I got 9, 10 jump rings out of that cut. So I'm cutting this other one. I may get 11 out of this. I may. Yep, I did. Okay, so if you look at this too, look at this one jump ring down here. Right there. I got it up here close for a reason. See how this one's laying here? It's almost level even. And all I have to do is kind of press down on there. And it's now even. And that's a flush cut. See how that sits together right there on that side? And that's all because of the type of wire cutters you use on it. You want the snow launch. I like snow too, as long as I don't have to drive in it with people that don't know how to drive in it. Okay, so we're going to start working on these, getting our jump rings up at the top here. If I have to, I'll be making more, of course, but we're going to start with these to begin with. We're just going to bend them open like that, and I can do mine by hand, but you can use a pair of bent nose and maybe flat nose pliers, or even if you had to, you could actually use round nose pliers, to tell you the truth. You just got to be able to hold it even. And you just take it and open them up. Try not to bend them too far back because they'll get wonky and you'll bend the ring out of shape and it won't close back as even as it should. Yeah, there goes my heat again. It's got to be cold out. Must be in the 20s or something. What's your weather like, Walnut? What's your temps? Okay. See you in a minute. No problem. Yeah, they do, Walnut. they do. You're right. You're so correct. Okay, so we're just going to take a moment break here while Walnut steps out. Oh, let me get my leg unhooked here. Oh. Just a second here. I wish I could entertain you guys with some music or something, but look, unless I can find something really dippy and uncopyrighted. Walnut, she's cool people launch. So is Mineral Raccoon Glass. He's awesome also, folks. So is Dorothy. I don't even know if Dorothy's still here or if she left, and I don't know if my aunt came in or not. I didn't see her come in. You're so cool, Walnut. I like the thanks so much for sharing. So I'm just taking a back break while Walnut's out. She'll be right back. If she says she will, she will. I'm also going to get, what did I do with that little bottle of beads I just had? I have some little teeny tiger eyes. I want to use a few of those. Telling me I'm going to have to use the blue beads instead, the Swarovskis. I am looking right now for them. And I'm thinking about doing my studio up. Like, I can do this. I have a remote, guys, to this thing. It's really cool. And these lights that actually came with my desk, but I got to figure out how to hook them up. They're those, I don't know what you call them, LED lights. And apparently, you can have them in blue, green, red, yellow, dark blue, light, other, and white. I don't have a clue how they work, so I'll have to figure them out. Are you still in here? Is my other guy still here? Mineral Raccoon's Glass, who is really awesome too. At least I did do some wire wrapping tonight, and I said that I was going to be working on the 2-in-1 resin cabs, which is, you know, resin cabs. That's fine. It only takes 2, you know. We're doing fine. There were more than that in here. I got 13 thumbs up. That's fine, Launch. No problem. You know, everybody saw what they wanted to see, and maybe they had to go, and they didn't want to be up so late. I don't even know what time it is. And you know, it says, though I broke out and had to come back, before it said it was less than 30 minutes, and I know better than that. We've been on here more than an hour. Way more than an hour, haven't we? Probably 2 hours. Okay, now where is my other? Not everybody is into all the jewelry, and I don't know. Dorothy may have left because she doesn't stay up that late. She's usually in bed like at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and she hasn't been feeling good. And I totally understand that. I totally understand it. Plus, I'm thinking about doing something with this cab here, too, on top of. Where is my little beads? I just shown them to y'all. Here it is. Here I was digging all back there, and here they are, the baby tiger eyes that are so pretty. Let me see how many I got of these. 3. And I need to put them in a tray. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 21, 2, 3, 4, 24, 27, 30, 3, 6, 9, 42, 45, 48, 51, tiger eyes, 54, 57, 60, 63, 65. That's pretty good. No, these are just beads I'm using tonight that I'm going to use for this. And these are the small ones. So I'm going to get a little empty drawer here and cut this little string. You guys watch me put my beads away. Cut this string here. Where are those ones here? Yeah. I try not to use my nice wire clippers that are for even stuff. There we go. I'm getting my beads in the box so I don't lose them. They'll roll off on me too. There we go. I do too, Walnut Witch. Check out these. Those are those, but I had to tie these up. I have a bunch more, but I had to tie them. I had them in my pocket. You know, I'm an artist and a crafter. So these are like 8s. I think these are 8s. Yeah, these are 8s. They're not 10, but they're 8. Tiger eye, 8 size tiger eye. So these are exactly the same. It's just they're like a 4. About a 4. So welcome back. Welcome back, Walnut Witch. Okay, now I'm gonna cut these. I told him I was using the pliers that are these snippy kind. I'm not using my good flush nose pliers to cut the line that they're on. Okay, I need to cut that again. I don't want to ruin my flush nose pliers. I have to cut them again. There we go. They can all go down there with the small ones. We've got big tiger eye and little tiger eye. I definitely take a look at them, Walnut. Is that on your, where did you post them, I should say? Yeah, I'm definitely doing it again because I'm making me some D&D dice. I'm making every color of the rainbow, and I'm what? Also going to do some metallic ones. And once I get good enough, I'm actually going to try to make polymer clay ones. I don't know if I can afford the polymer clay silver to do them in or not, because that's kind of expensive. Thank you. You're so kind. You're so kind, Walnut. Because I did feel really bad. I was like all hyped up about it. Okay, so the reason I got the small ones is because I'm praying these will fit. See why I got them in a box too? They gone, they gone. I probably got more beads on the floor than I do in a box. Let's see if we can find that hole there. There we go. There's the hole. Very tiny. Come on now. There we go. And try a different one. Sometimes it's the bead, not the hole. And I don't know. I have a diamond bead reamer. I may have to wait until I get my diamond bead reamer, guys. But I can do these other ones. I'm pretty sure these will fit. I'll just have to do the Swarovski bluegrass beads. Blue and green. Oh, come on. I know the holes are bigger on these beads. Of course, this is 18 gauge wire. Come on now. Are you telling me that's not going to fit? Okay, let's try these. Let's try something bigger. Wow. Unbelievable. Okay. Let's see about these. I'm just throwing wire everywhere. But I can use my bead reamer if I can find it. I've been finding stuff gradually. Come on now. Try another one. Wow. It's not my night to get these on here. I may be doing them plain. I didn't want to, but I will. Okay, so we're going to take, like I said, you can use the pliers or you can use your hands. My hands are kind of worked hardened from doing all this. And like I said, if you look, that's why I do the close-up. If you look, it is mesh on. See? And that's so they'll fit like they're supposed to. See how even they are there? If I lay it against my finger, you can really tell. Yeah, break the Dremel out again. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's actually a diamond bit on my Dremel. Using it on resin, though, I hope it doesn't ruin the diamond bit on it. Those diamond bits are expensive for the darn thing. I think, like this set here, because it is a carving and engraving, these are all diamond bits. I believe this was around 30 bucks when I got it. And I don't know what they are now, but it's made for Dremel. So sometimes Dremel stuff is more expensive and you can buy maybe not a non-brand name, a little less expensive. You know? Did I not? What on earth? Did I not? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did do 4 on each just because I don't have the jump rings on it yet. That's what we're doing. We're doing jump rings through the top. But as you could really see, what I said was the truth. You just wiggle them back and forth until you hear it kind of click, which it will make a clicking noise. But that's why I was holding it against my finger, so you guys could actually see that it does, as long as you do it right. It actually sits level and flush. And that's why those other wire cutters are so important. Cool. That's good to know. Thanks for telling me, Walnut, because I was thinking, oh my God, it's going to ruin my diamond Dremels. I mean, when you do stone and shell and glass, you use a diamond bit, always. Okay, get another jumpy over here on the other side. This piece is going to be really pretty too, especially with the green like this. The green here and then the copper, I think it goes really well together. What do you guys think? I think the green and copper go well together. Thank you so much. That means a lot, Walnut, coming from you. Okay, so we're gonna hook another one in here. Kind of wiggle them back and forth gently till you hear that little click or scratch. And if you think they're not, like if it's not going exact, you can always take your flat nose or your other kind of bent nose ones and kind of just smush it down a little bit. And do the same thing from the top there. Turn around if you don't think it's even. And just wiggle it a little more. There we go. Now we're going to put one over here. I like working with copper. I mean, I like working with the silver wire too, but I like copper a lot. I think it looks really good because copper is sort of like a gold. And when people buy, like people will buy copper and they won't realize there's rose gold too, but the reason it's called rose gold is because what? There's copper in it. And it's weird because they charge more for rose gold and white gold. Of course, copper's not exactly cheap either when you think about it, but it's not as expensive as gold. So we're just run these back and forth till they click. And like I said, you can use your flat nose pliers to kind of mush them down just a little bit. And that way you can turn it back around, make sure it's level. There we go. And you'll always know it's level, folks. Check it out. You'll always know it's level by the way it lays. See? That's because of those flush nose cutters. There's the break right there. You got to really pay attention that it's there, but it's perfect. And it's because of using flush nose pliers. Plier cutters. Well, that's a good idea, Walnut. It's fine. You're awesome. I'm almost done anyway, Walnut. I'm just going to put a couple more jump rings on here and a loopy. I appreciate you being here. It's such an honor to have you here, Walnut. Thank you so much. And all my people will subscribe to you too, because they know you subscribe to me, and they're good to me, and they're good to all the people I know. Wait a minute, open up. I at least want to get these few rings on, and then I'll be done with that, and all I'm going to do is make a S hook for the top. What time is it, Walnut? And my kitties love seeing you. She loves it when your kitties come on the screen too. She watches for them. She loves other animals. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all I got to do is make the S hook for the top. And this is done. Unless I just want to add something else to it. You too, Walnut. I love you. Everybody remember Walnut Witch. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. Good night, everybody. I'm going to finish up this necklace, and if you want Walnut later, you can fast forward it to the end. I appreciate it because it gives me watch time too. We've been in here a while. There's no way. This thing says it's only 48 minutes. We've been in here a couple hours. I know we have. It's done that to me before. Okay, so I'm getting ready to make the S hook. Oh, and I did this one too. I'm going to buff it up and clean it up before you go. If you see this walnut, it's one of those Wiccan things, and this is clay. This stuff is really old. I made this years ago, and I'm going to sand it down and redo it. Okay, so I'm going to cut this so that I can make an S hook. And since I have enough jump rings and the little hoops that I made here, I'm going to use those on one end to catch it. So we're just going to use the barrel nose pliers. And I'm going to make an S. Turn it all the way around like that. Oh, sorry, my hand got in the way. And then we're going to come down here. And we're going to bend this side up and over like that all the way. And I'm probably going to hand hammer this and chase it because it'll look better. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to clip that off. Clip it off there too. Bend that like that. Guys, get ready for your ears. I'm getting ready to hand hammer this. Turn down your ear plugs or your headset. I'm getting ready to use a chase hammer just on the S hook for the end. And I always tap and slide out, tap and slide out. That's how you use a chase hammer for work hardening and everything else. And I'm putting some texture on here because I like to do that. I'm kind of doing it with the edge. You can do it with the back of the ball too if you want. I'm going to texture down here on this end and work harden it too at the same time. I think it makes it look better. Watch your ears, turn down your headsets and your earplugs. I warned you. And we're going to do the other side. Texture it too. Just gives it a nicer look with a little texture in it. My favorite, Ryan? Silver. Or gold. I like gold too, but I can't afford it. And anybody that orders gold pieces off me, which I have had it ordered off of me, they have to pay up front. Because like I said, I do metal smithing. I don't just do this stuff. I actually am a metalsmith too. But I love working with copper too. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty. It's diverse. I'm doing this intentionally so I can get texture on this piece. But normally the way to work harden is to go down and push out. Go down and push out. Which I do automatically, so a lot of times I don't think about it. Not everybody knows that you're not hammering straight down. Sorry for the noise, folks. Okay, then we're going to press that back some more like that. It'll just make it look really nice. Get a little flair here in design. There we go. Then we're going to press that down like that. I'm going to take this piece here, open it up, use my pliers because I can't pull this piece right here because I actually did it too tight there. Thank you everybody for being in here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all my loyal people who've hung out. Please remember to like and subscribe. There's more awesome stuff coming. But there's every aspect of doing wire working and metalsmithing. It's not just certain things. Okay. Just pressing that down like that. Kind of bend that down and over like that. I'm going to tap this a little bit. Watch your ears, folks. Yeah, kind of hit that hard, but that's okay. We got this. There we go, and that clicked. I'm going to smush it down with the flat nose pliers here. Okay, awesome. Depending on whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you shouldn't have a problem either way. I'm going to add some more rings to this, but I'm doing this quickly to show it kind of finished up. Even though it's not really done, I'm going to add more rings to it so that I can lengthen it up, or it's going to be a choker. We don't want that either. So there you go. I'm trying to kind of get it all done and close shop for everybody. Most challenging material? I don't think any of it's challenging except for maybe certain stones if you're doing cutting, which I also do. Good questions. Which I don't have a big wet saw. I have a small wet saw, and I'm going to be using that too soon, and I'm going to be doing grooves in some of my gemstones. You have to watch which gemstones you do grooves in, because depending on the gemstone, it can also be what? It can be too soft, and you can crack the gemstone, even if it's legitimate gemstone, folks. So I'm just telling you, if you're going to cut your own gemstone. So I'm just getting these kind of even back up here together. And this is not long enough, but is long enough for a good example to show you guys. So I'm going to probably be adding about 8 to 10 more jump rings on each side of this. I'm just going to get that hooked on here. Thank you, everybody, for your time and your being here and honoring me with your company and good questions and interaction, everything. You guys are amazing. Oops. Close this up. Thank you for your patience. There we go. So I'm going to add about 10 to 12 more rings on this. I may do that in a part 2 so you guys can still see it. And we just made a hump, what I call a hump clip, S-hump clip, to be able to attach it on the neck. It's actually really pretty with the green stone. Exactly. I mean, if you're talking about a fossil, I have fossils. I have more than an amber fossil. It's fossil what they sell with the sea snails from years ago, all polished and cut. But those are soft too. But if you have an amber fossil, why are you not wanting to put it in maybe into a brass, copper, or something else? Have someone special make to measure and cut and special make a bezel that it can actually sit down into. And then you won't be cutting into the gemstone. Let me see here. I just showed her that other necklace. I'll show you. You can get a bigger brass, copper, or silver bezel for that fossil that you're talking about. I'm just telling you. Is the fossil round or uneven? So Ryan, did you hear what I said about getting a special bezel for that? To sit it into, not the bezel you just hook it on, but a bezel that you sit that stone into. Or have someone hand make you a bezel, depending on what you want it made out of. They'll have to go for you with prices and stuff. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Trying to look. Oh, wait a minute. I put this over here. Where did I put the necklace? Where'd the necklace go? It was not that one. Another one. Did you hear what I said, Ryan? You need someone to hand make you a bezel to set that fossil into. And then don't put any chain or drill through it or anything. You'll use the bezel instead. So anyway, I shortened this up because it's going to take another 10 jump rings just to get this set. But, whoops, and it fell over, and it fell over. This plastic thing isn't too good at sitting up. Let's see here. This is going to be a necklace, and I already did the back and all that. There we go. So it's just like that. And it's going to be really pretty because of all these hoops on the top here. All the hoops on the top. We're going to add about 8 to 10 more to make sure it's even on both sides. It will be really pretty. Well, I don't know why that is. There must be a reason they're offering larger bezels. I'd have to see the piece to even know or understand maybe why they're doing that, Ryan. Especially if you're looking for it to be more of, per se, a delicate piece, which is what it sounds like. This is for your wife or something, correct? Here's a potato jasper. That would go good with that too. Right, and I understand that. I'm not saying to go out of your way to pay more. I'm saying to get someone who's willing to do it for you and not charge you 3 arms and a leg to do it and make sure they know what they're doing. Because it sounds like a very delicate and very beautiful piece that you have, right? Or it does to me anyway. So, you guys have been so awesome. Folks, do not forget to hit that thumbs up while you're in here because it takes several hours for these videos to upload. Right, and I'd be hesitant too, being that it's, probably more than a century old, like some of the pieces I have, and those pieces, they don't go anywhere unless I go to a show. Half the people don't even know what I actually do. They see me doing all this and that, but they haven't seen me work the metal and all that and do stuff that I have fun doing it. I love it all. It's all fun. I don't blame you. I hope so. Come back and see me. I've got more stuff coming. I just been struggling the last few. Well, I have health issues as it is. As I've gotten older, I have some health issues. But other than that, um, I try to do a variety of things that appeal to everyone. And not everyone can afford sterling, and not everyone can afford gold. And even some of my gemstones are really pricey. Thank you so much for being a part of my live tonight, as you have been through several. I think I've seen you in here, Ryan. I'm really grateful that you've been here. And thank you so much, everyone, for the thumbs up and everything. We're going to add more rings to this, which will make it even more elegant. And I just love this Stream Green by Tim Holtz because that is like a clarifying kind of clear green blue, almost like not really sea foam, but almost a blue green, which is very pretty. Thank you so much. Anyway, you guys have been super great. Thank you for everyone who's come in and watched me tonight. Please make sure that you hit that thumbs up for me. It really means a lot. It does almost look like aquamarine. You are correct. Almost. Aquamarine is really much lighter blue, but this is a blue green and I really like it. And I love how the copper actually goes with it. And I'm going to add, like I said, I'm going to add more of these rings and it's going to be even more gorgeous. So, which I will probably do in another one. I don't even know what time it is, folks. I'm sorry if I kept you here so long, but there was quite a bit of things to go through. And sometimes I'm a little slow because I don't feel good right now and I'm suffering from an upper respiratory infection, which I am getting better, but I still feel like I've been run over by a truck. So, you guys, Launch, Ryan, Uh, Walnut Witch, who's not here, who's also an awesome artist, by the way, Ryan. She does all this hand carving and makes wands and makes her own walnut dye and stuff. She's amazing. But you do have to, if you go there, I'm just warning you, she does have some potty mouth, and so does the audience, but everybody's really nice. They're all real down to earth. You're so funny, Lunch. Hey guys, it's been great. I'm Organic Silver Moon Designs. I'm a jewelry, I'm a canvas, I'm a metalsmith, I am a mixed media artist. I try to do a little bit of everything. So it's been great having everyone here tonight. I really look forward to having some of you come back again. I'm not sure if I'll be going live tonight or not. I'm probably going to take a little bit of a break. So take care. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being a part of my channel, all my subs and my loyal people and followers. I really appreciate it all. And I hope you enjoyed tonight. And we're going to definitely get another mold for these D&D dice, which I am so heartbroken, but I'm glad Walnut knew what I meant. So anyway, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. And have a great night. It's been awesome. Come back and see me. It's fun, and I enjoy having you here. It's an honor. And thank you for all my loyal subscribers and friends. And good night for now. Keep crafting, keep going. You can do this. And if you're looking to make a way, you definitely can do it. Just practice and go for it. All right, you guys. Peace and love. Thank you so much.